The big dog, the guy, the head of the table, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Roman is the most popular and recognizable face in all of wrestling right now, and it is no secret as to why. In 2020, when Roman Reigns resurfaced at SummerSlam with a full beard and a t-shirt that foreshadowed his dominant run thus far, everyone and their grandma was happy to see that the vest-wearing good guy was a thing of the past. Roman has now been Universal Champion for over 1,000 days, and as of recording this video, Roman has received the new Undisputed, Unified, Ultimate, Mega, Infinite, Undisputed, yeah, that's right, I said Undisputed twice, Mustard Championship belt. And there have been a plethora of videos made on who should beat Roman for this title. The easy answer... Fucker! Turn your ringer off! God damn. And there have been a plethora of videos made on who should beat Roman for the belt. The easy answer would be to say Cody Rhodes gets to finish that story, or Seth Rollins finally gets a clean win over Roman. I personally don't like either of these answers, as the farther removed we are from Mania, the more this WWE version of Cody Rhodes starts to remind me of the AEW Codyverse. And with Seth as the new World Heavyweight Champion, hopefully he stays true to being a working champion for the Raw brand. Since the debut of the Tribal Chief gimmick, Roman has lost 2 tag matches, in which he was not pinned either time, and he lost 1 singles match via DQ to Seth Rollins at the Royal Rumble in 2022. Roman has become the ultimate final boss in WWE. He hasn't taken a clean pinfall loss since December 15th, 2019, where he lost to Baron Corbin at TLC. With all that out of the way, the question now becomes, how? How do you realistically build someone up to beat this guy? WWE is filled with a sea of fantastic wrestlers and characters. There has to be some other names than Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, right? Good Lord, not you. Without Cody and Seth on the table, some people find it difficult to come up with names to dethrone Roman. That is why I have come up with a list of 5 top potential names, and then I will briefly discuss my personal pick and winner for who I think should beat Roman. With all of that out of the way, my first choice is the ring general, Gunther. Gunther is currently holding it down as the IC champion over on Monday Night Raw, so it would be a little impractical to have a Raw superstar competing on the other brand. I mean, when have they ever possibly done that before? But it's not impossible. Gunther seems to be getting the same stat pad treatment that Roman's getting right now from the WWE, especially with the rumor that he's going to beat Honky Tonk Man's record, so this option seems less likely for right now. The question now becomes, how would Gunther win? Well, this is simple. You have Gunther hold that IC title till the Rumble next year, where he wins the Rumble and chooses to have him and Imperium moved over to SmackDown so he can challenge Roman for the belt. Normally, WWE would not allow 3 men to switch rosters randomly, but Gunther offered up to relinquish his IC title to the Raw brand so they could have a new champion in order for all of Imperium to go to the same brand. This would lead to Gunther v. Roman at Mania 40 in Philadelphia, where Gunther gets the win in front of that raucous Philly crowd. After Gunther, I believe a case could be made for why Finn Balor should beat Roman. Just like how Roman never lost his Universal title when he relinquished it back in 2018, Finn never lost his in 2016. Not only that, but the assassination of the Demon character from that Extreme Rules match in 2021 needs to be fixed and studied. Finn versus Roman would be a great feud, either with Finn going solo or still with the Judgment Day. It would be a fresh face for Roman to interact with, especially as the Tribal Chief dips more into the craziness and mental instability side of the story. How would Finn win? If the rumor that Finn and Damian Priest are both going to be in Money in the Bank are true, having Finn win not only boosts his stock on the roster, but it boosts the stock and the credibility of the Money in the Bank briefcase, since it has been a clown show prop for the past few years. Finn, as a heel with Judgment Day, could use the briefcase on Roman in a surprise attack, or the more likely scenario, the group or Finn by himself turns face and Finn announces his cash-in ahead of time. My third out of my top 5 pick is going to be Drew McIntyre. This is mainly because way before Cody Rhodes was even sniffing Roman's titles, Drew was on the verge of winning at Clash at the Castle. Drew is too good to not be featured in the main event, and he's too good for his only title runs to come during the pandemic in front of nobody or in front of LED screens. After saying all of this, this is probably the time when Drew announces that he is not re-signing with the WWE. If they do not know who is going to face Roman for the belt at SummerSlam in Detroit, then Drew could be and should be a great option for them. Drew has been off TV for a while now, so a return at Money in the Bank in London to set up the match in Detroit with Roman could be a great way to get some of that fire back for Drew that the fans had for him in 2020, and it could be a good way to boost sales and eyes on the product throughout the rest of the summer. My fourth pick is L.A. Knight. Yeah. Apart from the memes, Knight is genuinely one of the most charismatic talkers in the entire pro wrestling business. He is a little on the older side, so some fans believe WWE would not put the belt on him. I argue that point with Bill Goldberg, Hulk Hogan, Triple H, The Rock, etc., etc. These guys, with the exception of Goldberg, were some of the most talented individuals, but they didn't need to win the big one at the older ages they did. Someone like Knight, who the fans actually resonate towards and react to, needs a huge win and a career-altering moment like that. For this pick, I do not see a way how LA Knight can win the big one, and it is partially due to the fact that he is already so over, and the WWE has just now barely acknowledged it. So what would make them change their mind again? Knight is more of a relaxed pick for me, and someone I know that everyone wants to see hold some gold before the year is over. Hopefully they make it up to us by having him win the US title on SmackDown or something like that. My fifth and final pick before I talk about my personal winner is someone that everyone wants to see have a singles run of his own, and that is Montez Ford. And I need to be very careful and clear here. I do not want to see the Street Profits break up. The Street Profits are an absolute goldmine for the WWE and are being used worse and worse with every passing month. If the fans of the product got behind Montez the way they backed Kofi in 2019, I don't see why the outcome could not be similar. Of course, Montez should prove himself first, give him a run with the US title, see if he can handle it, or give him a run with the IC title, see if he can handle that. But we have seen that. We've seen exactly that at Elimination Chamber this past year. He came out with his own gear, his own look, his own presentation. The only Street Profits thing that he had was their theme and Tron. And he looked like $1 million while doing it. Montez winning the belts could be done in a similar fashion to Daniel Bryan, with Tez being told that he's nothing more than a great tag team wrestler and only a good or decent singles wrestler. And he could eventually overcome the odds with the help of his friend and tag team partner Dawkins. Again, do not have them break up. The winner. Now, I just listed 5 of my top picks for who should beat Roman Reigns for the Undisputed title. And they are all great wrestlers and great options. But I do have a name that I want more than anything in the world. And that name and that man is Mr. Wrestling himself, Johnny Gargano. Johnny has not gotten a fair shake on the main roster, taking time off after his NXT contract to become Father Wrestling allowed for the buzz around him to die down. Now, this is not his fault at all, but the magic of Johnny wrestling in NXT can only be matched by the magic of Daniel Bryan on Bourbon Street. Imagine Johnny Gargano struggling with Roman Reigns in Solo, only to be saved by a returning Ciampa. The crowd would go absolutely mental. How would Johnny win it? Well, I kind of just talked about it right there, but I think the Elimination Chamber is the match for Gargano. having him start the thing and go through all 5 of his opponents, who ideally could be much bigger than him, would be a great way to build him up and show his wrestling skills, leading to a huge main event match with Roman at Mania, where Johnny would get the win and celebrate with all of the way, Ciampa, and even Baby Wrestling is in the ring celebrating with him. Do I think any of these guys have a chance? I mean, maybe. I don't fucking know. Wrestling is weird and ever-evolving. For all we know, the guy that is going to beat Roman may not even be on main roster yet. Hell, he may not even be in WWE right now. Thank you guys for watching today's video. When do you think Roman will lose the belt? Let me know in the comments below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Nacho Wrestling, and I will see you next time.